I'll print. I'll be here if you...
You step back to the tower, 100 strong. If only they... You turn back to the bazaar. A cosmonaut suit, a relic of Project Autonomia. Its shoulder patch reads, "The stars are ours, 77. Your focus widens back to the bazaar. A cosmonaut suit. A classroom with a buffed blue floor and white fiberboard tiling. The teacher rolls a square little television in on a cart. The girls in their final year of gymnasium gather round. The camera follows the white column up, and then it jerks or cuts out. For a long moment, none of the students can tell what's happening. Then, a faulty seal, a minor propellant leak. Next thing you know, 4 cosmonauts are splattered across the face of God. The end of Project Autonomia, engulfing with it Portofiero's dreams of stars. Expensive, fruitless. The failure of Project Autonomia promptly tanks the Portofieran economy. Supreme Leader Nestor flees into his... As for the bazaar, it's saturated with surplus equipment, memorabilia and replicas. This suit is most likely the... Few of it genuine, but does it matter if the feeling's real? 5,000. If it is, you'll focus wide. The smuggler inclined. He lowers his head and...
You're back again. Can't say I'm...
No part of him is even trying to actually pretend.
I still don't know him. Were I aware of anyone conducting... Not this again. It aren't Carmuna, but my mother's sister. But she thinks that makes her my boss, too. She's been a worry. Carmuna and most of the old... Look around. What do you make of the bazaar?
The GM gives you the... the now unoccupied payphone.
Hello there. I'm listening, baby. Whatever you say, baby. I'm listening. Whatever you say, baby. Tell me where to take you, baby.
You feel lightness in your head as she considers this.
It's you. How good of you to finally check in.
That's Melita's accent.
You should have listened. You fucked up. Everything's gone to shit again. But it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. I'm here. I'll guide you. Shh, it's okay. You're out there on a mission. It's so hard. But you know what else you are?
She moans softly. Hairs rise along your arm.
Mine.
This is the real deal. She fakes it with everyone else, but with you, she means...
You'll do everything I say. And you'll come home, all your silly tasks done, and I'll be waiting for you.
The magic phone in your room. Her knight, her sword, her lover return.
You'll kneel before me. Rest your head between my thighs. You do deserve this. You deserve me. You...
Her voice softens, warms, back to her. No, wait. Come back.
This is the wrong phone, hon. You should call her. It's my job to see desires, and I can see that yours is a real person. Go to her. She's the one you need. Tell me where to take you, baby.
A familiar bubbling sensation in your mind as she listens to you.
I know everything about augmentoids. I am one.
Her voice flat, emotionless, a cold heart.
It is my only voice. I am an augmentoid. I am the Mercenator 69, and I will annihilate you, then the rest of your pathetic race. My eyes start to glow red, my lips open. You see the steel gleam at the back of my throat. I grab your super cool sword by the blade. I miscalculated how sharp and cool your sword was. Ah, I scream as it slices through me. I try to crawl away. I raise my hand to my face as if to beg, but then tear off my false human skin. I cower to the ground, your blade slicing through my forearms, my chest, my neck. Spark. Ah! Ah! Ah!
She coughs, and the sound turns into warm.
Sorry, sugar. That augmentoid voice is hot. Tell me where to take you, baby. Hey.
Her tone refocuses you.
No, I'm not. You're lying to me. I'm shit at this. I'm going to be punished. No, don't tell me. I already know. The freezer. Head operant? That's cruel, Mel. We don't... Shall I tell you what it's like? I wake up at 7. I commute on the bus. I spend all day. The shredder eats them. They burn. They burn. All the paper's gone. All...
You are fucked up.
Baby, do you want to talk about it? No, hon. You're okay. Line's always open.
You step away from the phone. You step up to the terminal. Line diag node. Voltage minus 51. You're not sure how yet, but the wealth of details should prove. You close the box. The stool remains as depends on how much you enjoy predictable. Unfortunately, the stool's offerings look pretty bare. By far the largest collection, you see a wild range of material. You flick past the foreword, written by a prominent plastic surgeon. Soy and you, smoking, the real enemy. Are the injections failing, or is it? Nothing to that effect is written here. Instead, backed with a ton of evidence, the book simply states that smoking gives you wrinkles. Congratulations. You've been thinking about it though, haven't you? Maybe you have. Maybe you're ready to... Absolutely not. A large collection of self-help books. A large space is allocated to the genre, but most of the books have been taken. People hunger for that happily ever. You return to the scabby shelf of hundreds of print. You flip through the stack of slim, staple-bound periodicals. Most magazines tend. The more recent issues focus on the emergent Lusian style. You do the honest thing. Nothing changes in the world. One cover catches your eyes. It depicts a leather-clad man, looking intensely grim with a large sword. The Hombre, Volume 5, Issue A. A quick flip through reveals the amount of blood spilled is only matched by the sheer amount of nudity. You do the dishonest thing. Nothing changes in the world. By far a prominent Lusian philosopher whose works have occasionally crossed over into international interest. Doesn't seem familiar. He gazes back at you from the cover, darkly handsome in glossy black and white, with the far-off look of an old film star. Underneath it is stated, the philosophical bad boy for our time. Many people are attracted to the mind. You flip through the stack of... You turn away from the... A low-budget clandestine publication, somewhere between fanzine and paperback. As it must be. This is a genre of literature neither written nor consumed by It consists of some 60 pages of text, following the instructions specify materials for a 6-shot pipe gun with 500-gram hard plastic melted down, 1 coin 10mm diameter, ball bearings. Yes, and it is up to you to scavenge it all. Best place to start would be Photo 24. There's gotta be some of this stuff lying around there somewhere. Ostensibly a how-to guide, it doubles as a philosophical inquiry into firearms good, ethics bad. There are times in the conduct of human affairs when it becomes necessary to wang someone. You would too, if your name was Sonor. Are you asking yourself whether you should or should not use the information in... It goes on extensively, the tone veering back and forth between... Probably not. Do you want to? Wang is the theory, and Wang is the practice. Dotted lines mark the edges of 3-dimensional objects unfolded into mathematical and yet crude. The lines display a profoundly unsober competence. 2 objects. The larger one is a mold that goes around the barrel and includes a crude. Building it will be the A shade in a leather jacket thrusts a decapitated head towards the reader, its lolling tongue and dripping viscera of jagged metal, independently published metal. Hombre, Volume 5. The pads of your fingers itch. The astringent chemical stink of cheap ink curls your The comic inks aren't even going to give you a head rush, but the nostalgia factor is undeniable. You pause on a splash panel, huge, taking up the entire 2-page spread. The ombre stands in a pool of swirling water, a tiny ocean floating in a void of liminal space. The towers of the sunlit city stretch towards the empty sky. Before him, a red cloak, in the shape of his own silhouette. The longer you look, the more details are revealed to you. Flipping the magazine open to where its bindings hold the pages together, your eyes are filled with a horizontally oriented image, the comic's glorious cover. Black and white panels whip by, almost animated like a flip book by the motion of your... A word bubble filled with scratchy handwriting conjures a raspy voice and a clawed fist hitting a pulped face. The violence itself off panel, but somehow made visible by the suggestion of the word Krish in a figure, man, woman, or demon. It wasn't a guy. It was a moon cultist, part of the wicked cabal responsible for killing his They are the enemies of Shadow. This isn't even the best arc. Wait until he finally masters Shadow.
I'll print. Very well.
She gives you a nod.
That's understandable. Of course, I'll print. Nothing, I'm afraid. I'll be here if you...
The fax machine awaits order. Image quality. You turn away. You return to the desk. ZWS. For Cascade. You turn away from the desk. You return to the... You leave the trousers as they... The stereo is right. You step away. You return to your dub... The bed looks cold and disheveled. You turn away. The heifer coffee lady, watchful eyes stare at you. A part of you left behind. Bagman gestures wildly on the...
I am Sub-Commander. I know about.
What else are they hiding?
Find out what I know by.
The sounds from the command...
Hello again. What'll it be? Alright. I need you collecting empties, soaping up, rinsing, drying.
You scoop a pile of empty glasses into your arms, lugging them through the crowd. More than once, your confidence is tested as a glass tips. As soon as you've got them clean, another table beckons you to collect another set. They seem to wave to you from every angle. You keep going until there are no more glasses to gather. Before you know it, the patrons are clearing out, and another.
That was a busy one. Nice job. Drink up. We close soon.
Oh, you're back. Of course. Not a clue. The address has been scrubbed from... Sure. Unusual name. May have heard it on the wind once or twice. There's something in the back of my mind telling me I've heard...
Tempo had that effect on his surroundings.
If we must. Not for any good reason. Statistically, there is more death happening around us here. But then I feel sorry for you.
At least we'll never be alone. Gang is forever.
It? Is that what you said?
Detecting low levels of it here. Seems as you depart.
Wolf time.
Well, we could try, maybe.
Is that the man with the bag on his head? We've seen a little bit one time. A war. But last time he was selling funny-looking cats.
Mom said we're not allowed to watch it. Okay, we'll try. You can ask. We know everything.
You can ask us about whatever.
No, remember what Mom said. Okay, you can ask some stuff because there's people around. And I can scream real loud.
It's been years since you interacted with children, so a reminder.
Yep.
Doing well enough so far.
Mom's at home. We live on a boat. She works with the phones.
Shh. We're not supposed to say. That's not a name. That's a title.
No recognition at all.
Is that private too?
It is. Why are you asking about our...
Obviously because you're wondering if their mother is the phone sex lady.
She just sounds like Mom. Does Mom have a sexy voice?
Shut up, Arlo. We don't want to talk about...
The music man wears glasses. And sometimes double glasses.
She doesn't mean him. He's been here since forever. And he...
Yeah, they have no idea.
Why aren't you at work?
A riposte flung without thinking. She's been asked the question.
That's not a job. And there's no school today. That's how it is now. We have 2 weeks of school. And then 2 weeks of nothing.
Antonio's mom said it's because foreign politicians. He's my friend. He lives on another houseboat. No school for 2 more weeks. Yay.
Since 2 years. I remember, because I helped Arla with the alphabet.
Shut up.
But it was only 1 day a week at first. And then our teacher said she had to help other schools.
An eternal wonder class is being manufactured before.
Antonio's school doesn't open anymore. He's so lucky. I wish ours...
Don't say that. Mom said we might go to the one in the sunset.
A bourgeois district in the northern parts of Portofino.
No. We do loads of stuff. Like watch TV. Some...
We have homework. I make sure he does his. But it's not the same. That's really nice. Maybe it'll be okay.
I don't want to talk about dumb school anymore.
Odd. Like, how odd? We know Marlon's dad is missing. She's been really worried.
So you heard. Perhaps they can confirm the woman's story.
He disappeared because the phone ate him.
She didn't say the phone ate him. But why else would her dad disappear? We know what her dad looks like, because he's been here before. But she's been showing everyone else just in case.
Are you going to find her dad? Oh, good.
Can we talk about less sad stuff now? That's not a real name.
Tempo, tempo, tempo!
We should ask an adult. Okay.
The kids study you.
Oh.
Do you want to talk about the wolf some more?
The children ignore you.
Good day. Oh yes, bastardo! Is him turned the bazaar into the bootleg bazaar, drawing Lusians, irritating the local mob. It's all men fighting, while Carmona... Haven't seen him or his assy assistant assing around for a while. Carmona doesn't keep track of assy names. Who cares? She just smokes and skims clothes off the top of the shipments. Things we don't notice. And she's been collecting our payments for the last few weeks. Suddenly, we low people must tolerate a teenager managing the... I won't have it, Manina. She may run the bootleg bazaar. He's not been himself. You know, he used to drink. Then he stopped. Perhaps he slid back into the... Every day he was at the shrine by the western gate, offering and praying. What business has a man like that with the stars? Well, you ought to choose them better. Let him know. Enough indeed. Yes? Very good. Bastardo. Enough in... Don't forget to check the rack.
You return to the rack of clothing. You turn away from the rack. You return to the rack of clothing. You sift through the rack. Too dull, you mean? You turn away from the rack. You return to the rack of clothes.
You still can't go back there.
Hello again. No. But it's okay. It's okay that you peeled my gadget. I forgive you. Oh, this? It's my special. When you submit to this. I will. And
You pick up the payphone's handset, a dolphin in. You press the soft plastic. The poke sends a ripple from your fingertip through the... You step away from the...
oh, it's you. Western entrance to the bazaar. Behind you. What?
She nods, not trusting herself to speak around the lump in her throat.
What takes your fancy? You need anything? Thanks for stopping by.
Wolf time.
The children ignore you.
My format's... Sure.
A low, tilting shelf marked in heavy block letters. Despised subgenres. You turn your attention. A low, tilting shelf marked in heavy block letters. Despised subgenres. Reason will not help you here. Close your... There. Swirling maelstroms of darkness adorn the album cover. On the spine you find the title, Blood Golem, the artist. The album is called I Will... It is what your hand wanted and found. Its condition is pristine. There is no track listing, no credits. Now, always.
Still crass music on a crass replayable format, but at least it's not an active attempt to idiotize the population. I'll give you that.
He nods curtly. You turn your attention. You approach the steel door again, this time knowing who it... Silence from the other below you. The social static of the bazaar muffled by distance. You get no answer. No answer. Silence. A brief tremor runs through the metal. Humans dominate doors every day. Stop. Don't enter. Don't break this seal. This doesn't have to be yours. It's a standard lock, and you have a lockpick to hand, so you can certainly try. Gang ho. The frame screams in protest. A ruined sofa with a sad story to... The air hums. This is a spy's death. Too much. Update. Asset taxman. Was unknown. Now... Road out. Multiple assailants going by the footprints. A brief struggle. Then the askew on nearby shelves. The stereo system, blinking on standby. They used that to At the start, at least, this was not a clean hit. You imagine him getting his last licks in, dying roaring, slower than they betted on. The blood is curdled and cracked, the colour of old brick. A week ago. The aftermath was the point. This is a warning. The way espionage crises always go. People collide in slow motion, gripping the outer edges. All treaties are hereby denounced. Prepare for open war. Mere minutes into the match and the away crowd are silenced by a stark scoreboard. Enemies 2, Cascade 0. On the desk are a grey notebook, Anita. Next to the frame is an eye with a long single teardrop. The eye of your enemy, waiting to greet you.
It's soft and ringed. The word accounts is written across the top in black marker.
A thicket of serial numbers, dates, columns and rows cover the pages top to bottom, along with shorthand. You notice the handwriting completely changes in the more recent entries. The first dates back years, harsh-lined, heavy-handed, all capitals. Tempos. The second set is an elaborate looping cursive.
There are none. The first set of handwriting even uses the word cunt with the same wild abandon as the second. It would be quite rare for rupturing blood vessels to entice one in.
The heart suggests a compassionate touch. A list of names, titles and compensation. One of the rows has been firmly crossed out with Ignatz. Could be the individual of flexible loyalties that Carmuna mentioned.
Rent, utilities and other minor operating costs, including travel. Multiple instances of rent. You avert your gaze.
It doesn't turn on.
So the crying powder eyes, then.
It is a signal. The crudeness of it points towards a sick joke by the weeping eye. The eye watches you. The silence in the room agrees. Your finger returns to you with power, plan.
It tingles on the tip of your tongue. It prances underneath your lip.
The eye is no longer weeping.
As you turn the frame around, dust falls and a blade of light momentarily obliterates the row of faces presented, cutting straight to our heart.
A surprise attack launched from your own past. Here you all are.
Taxman. S-Stock. Virtue. Radiant. Kindred. Holocene.
Cascade. Your former network, known to the Opera as.
Unknown to you, as those friends you left to die 5 years ago.
Your people. None of them meet your eye, apart from they were counting on you, and you abandoned them. While they thought of you, you thought only of yourself. You selfish little... What a thoughtful gesture.
You slip the photo out of the frame, into your pocket.
Pressing against your heart once more. You did what the assignment called for, what you were told to do. A fatal case of sentimentality. He wanted to keep you all around. Too late. Fading lights in the fog. Beneath the photo, and your heart, a tug. The window to your right. The desk is as you left it. You tap your fingertip. If the entire weeping eye came through that... You turn from the desk, back to... You can make out an impression of the bazaar beyond the window, obscured by dust and...
You gather up your sleeve and exhale onto the window, where your breath reveals a clear handprint in the dust.
You raise your hand and place it gently onto the... That is not Tempo's hand. You are late to the party, and the after party.
Across the canal is the district of Lower Vudas, a haggling mess of slums. A cross-section of the city would be a cliff face, stacked with evidence of floods, political tides. It hums with free-flowing commerce, pensioners with oversized bags, teenagers carrying skewers. An unusual shape breaks the pattern. Glancing up at the office. Too much and too often. The man from the photo shop, the weeping eyes errand boy. A possible cover. Of course, in espionage. Known to the opera as the Whole Sick Crew. You can make out an impression. The desk is as you left. You turn from the desk. A click somewhere inside. The world slows. You lock eyes with the man from the photo shop. He cradles something within his coat. Fear, gun, move. The time to act is now. Two paths are before you. Go straight or go down. Engage functional invisibility and waltz right out in front of... Become translucent, refract light, hide in plain sight. Functional invisibility is an advanced cognitive maneuver. These tactics are not officially recognized by the Operant Bureau, though operants share rumors of their success. Your muscles tense up in anticipation of the launch. For a moment, the void and weightlessness of outer space, the realm of... Some write bad verse on this particular subject matter and call it cathartic. Then gravity kicks in. You do not fall, you descend, a moon knocked off its center, hurling towards the capital city. The shockwave is tremendous and silent as it travels. The air feels cool and energizing. You're evading the line of sight for now, but not for long. You're out of his sight line, for now. There are many objects in this box. One of these objects could be your...
Hands caress a variety of head coverings, ultimately stopping on a shiny loom. No, it brings out your inner sparkle. Greasy, awkward, and dressed in a gaudy multicolored coat, the man stands nervously scanning his surroundings. His gaze glides cleanly over you. One day it will. You are merely its vessel. You hear the whine of a 50cc engine. A small tuk-tuk appears in your peripheral.
Yo, Opricant, this way!
A teenager in a tuk-tuk called you a cunt. They may be an ally. You don't know her, but she seems to know you. The impact knocks the both of you out of balance. Oh shit. Lights out. Here it comes. A bright flash returns you to the world. The man lowers his camera.
Welcome to the violent canvas that we call society.
This result is the exact opposite of what you've been trained. You turn towards the waiting tuk-tuk.
You still can't go back there.
Hello again. No. But it's okay. It's okay that you peeled my gadget. I forgive you. Oh, this? It's my special. When you submit to this. I will. And
You pick up the payphone's handset, a dolphin You press the soft plastic. The poke sends a ripple from your fingertip through the... You step away from the...
It's you. Western entrance to the bazaar. Behind you. What?
She nods, not trusting herself to speak around the lump in her throat.
What takes your fancy? You need anything? Thanks for stopping by.
Wolf time.
The children ignore you.
Format. Sure.
A low, tilting shelf marked in heavy block letters. Despised subgenres. You turn your attention. A low, tilting shelf marked in heavy block letters. Despised subgenres. Reason will not help you here. Close your... There. Swirling maelstroms of darkness adorn the album cover. On the spine you find the title, Blood Golem, the artist. The album is called I Will... It is what your hand wanted and found. Its condition is pristine. There is no track listing, no credits. Now, always.
Still crass music on a crass replayable format, but at least it's not an active attempt to idiotize the population. I'll give you that.
He nods curtly. You turn your attention. You approach the still door again, this time knowing who it... Silence from the other... Below you, the social static of the bazaar muffled by distance. You get no answer. No answer. Silence. A brief tremor runs through the metal. Humans dominate doors every day. Stop. Don't enter. Don't break this seal. This doesn't have to be yours. It's a standard lock, and you have a lockpick to hand, so you can certainly try. Gang ho. The frame screams in protest. A ruined sofa with a sad story to... The air hums. This is a spy's death. Too much. Update. Asset taxman was unknown. Now zeroed out. Multiple assailants going by the footprints. A brief struggle. Then the skew on nearby shelves. The stereo system, blinking on standby. They used that to drink. At the start, at least, this was not a clean hit. You imagine him getting his last licks in, dying roaring, slower than they betted on. The blood is curdled and cracked, the colour of old brick. A week ago. The aftermath was the point. This is a warning. The way espionage crises always go. People collide in slow motion, gripping the outer edges. All treaties are hereby denounced. Prepare for open war. Mere minutes into the match and the away crowd are silenced by a stark scoreboard. Enemies 2, Cascade 0. On the desk are a grey notebook, an eater. Next to the frame is an eye with a long single teardrop. The eye of your enemy, waiting to greet you.
It's soft and ringed. The word accounts is written across the top in black marker.
A thicket of serial numbers, dates, columns and rows cover the pages top to bottom, along with shorthand. You notice the handwriting completely changes in the more recent entries. The first dates back years, harsh-lined, heavy-handed, all capitals. Tempos. The second set is an elaborate looping cursive.
There are none. The first set of handwriting even uses the word cunt with the same wild abandon as the second. It would be quite rare for rupturing blood vessels to entice one in.
The heart suggests a compassionate touch. A list of names, titles and compensation. One of the rows has been firmly crossed out with Ignatz. Could be the individual of flexible loyalties that Carmuna mentioned.
Rent, utilities and other minor operating costs, including travel. Multiple instances of rent. You avert your gaze.
It doesn't turn on.
So the crying powderized.
It is a signal. The crudeness of it points towards a sick joke by the weeping eye. The eye watches you. The silence in the room agrees. Your finger returns to you with power plant.
It tingles on the tip of your tongue. It prances underneath your lip.
The eye is no longer weeping.
As you turn the frame around, dust falls and a blade of light momentarily obliterates the row of faces presented, cutting straight to our heart.
A surprise attack launched from your own past. Here you all are.
Taxman. Estoc. Virtue. Radiant. Kindred. Holocene.
Cascade. Your former network, known to the Opera as.
Unknown to you, as those friends you left to die 5 years ago.
Your people. None of them meet your eye, apart from they were counting on you, and you abandoned them. While they thought of you, you thought only of yourself. You selfish little... What a thoughtful gesture.
You slip the photo out of the frame, into your pocket.
Pressing against your heart once more. You did what the assignment called for, what you were told to do. A fatal case of sentimentality. He wanted to keep you all around. Too late. Fading lights in the fog. Beneath the photo, and your heart, a tug. The window to your right. The desk is as you left it. You tap your fingertip. If the entire weeping eye came through that, you turn from the desk, back to... You can make out an impression of the bazaar beyond the window, obscured by dust and...
You gather up your sleeve and exhale onto the window, where your breath reveals a clear handprint in the dust.
You raise your hand and place it gently onto the... That is not Tempo's hand. You are late to the party, and the after-party.
Across the canal is the district of Lower Vudas, a haggling mess of slums. A cross-section of the city would be a cliff face, stacked with evidence of floods, political tides.
It hums with free-flowing commerce, pensioners with oversized bags, teenagers carrying skewers. An unusual shape breaks the pattern. Glancing up at the office. Too much and too often. The man from the photo shop, the weeping eyes errand boy. A possible cover. Of course, in espionage.
Known to the Opera as the Whole Sick Crew.
You can make out an impression. The desk is as you left. You turn from the desk. A click somewhere inside. The world slows. You lock eyes with the man from the photo shop. He cradles something within his coat. Fear, gun, move. The time to act is now. Two paths are before you. Go straight or go down. Engage functional invisibility and waltz right out in front of... Become translucent, refract light, hide in plain sight. Functional invisibility is an advanced cognitive maneuver. These tactics are not officially recognized by the Operant Bureau, though operants share rumors of their success. Your muscles tense up in anticipation of the launch. For a moment, the void and weightlessness of outer space, the realm of some write bad verse on this particular subject matter and call it cathartic. Then gravity kicks in. You do not fall, you descend, a moon knocked off its center, hurling towards the capital city. The shockwave is tremendous and silent as it travels. The air feels cool and energizing. You're evading the line of sight for now, but not for long. You're out of his sight line, for now. There are many objects in this box. One of these objects could be your... Your hands caress a variety of head coverings, ultimately stopping on a shiny No, it brings out your inner sparkle. Greasy, awkward, and dressed in a gaudy multicolored coat, the man stands nervously scanning his surroundings. His gaze glides cleanly over you. One day it will. You are merely its vessel. You hear the whine of a 50cc engine. A small tuk-tuk appears in your peripheral.
Yo, Opricant, this way!
A teenager in a tuk-tuk called you a cunt. They may be an ally. You don't know her, but she seems to know you. The impact knocks the both of you out of balance. Oh shit. Lights out. Here it comes. A bright flash returns you to the world. The man lowers his camera.
Welcome to the violent canvas that we call society.
This result is the exact opposite of what you've been trained. You turn towards the waiting tuk-tuk.
One of those nights. Khan's akimbo.
The girl gives you a quick, not exactly kind once-over from behind a dark cigarette and crescent nose.
And you must be his so-called friend, Herschel. That was the almost fucked it wagon. Welcome one never showed up. Tempo said you'd be late, by the way. But that you definitely come.
Your former asset was swapping secrets with a teenage girl. What is occurring here? Not that. Probably. The man was a committed homosexual.
Magician's apprentice. They throw knives at me and I get paid not to flinch. All of it's gone wrong. Someone took Tempo out. The whole way out. Who do you think found the blood? He's dead. Turbo dead. Sorry. Trust no cunt. That's my red line policy these days. Trust me, this is the best way to protect them. We've been attacked, Herschel. Beaten. All ends up. Bazaar's a war economy now. Tempo had enemies in every direction. Take your pick. Or maybe that's what someone wanted you to think. But sure, Herschel, let's go with Weeping Eye. Or the Carabineros. Or the Azzurri mob. Maybe they want to go to the mattresses again. Fuck you care anyway. Tempo always called you a friend. 5 years, no word. Some friend. Then rely on the ones you can see, adult. Do you think I killed him? School's out, Herschel. Points are downstream from action.
Carried from a nearby apartment, a piano melody floats through the room as if on smoke.
Anyway, he's gone. So now it's me or it's nothing.
The girl studies her half-dead cigarette and falls silent. You can hear her silence. Don't trust you with the big stuff yet, fuck off.
From the photo on Tempo's desk. That was all of you, right? The whole sick crew? Thought so. Not a lot. That you were good, that you had something together, and that it was a shame how it all went down. No, I don't think so. Good things go sideways, it happens. This is straight. You were friends, right? You go down with your friends and you all go together. How it's always been. Ignatz, area clown with shit taste in jackets. He used to work at the bazaar till Tempo. For being a clown, officially. And unofficially, for maybe going in with the... Who knows? Tempo was saying a lot of strange things at the very end. Some of them even true. Either way, Kuntz just bought himself a lifetime ban from the bazaar. Welcome to the delinquent heap.
His second banning that you've been witness to. He's a ban magnet. The girl inspects the disc over the top of her cigarette.
This is one of those Einzel fucks Petre won't shut up about. Fuck me, there's 2 of them. I know she's missing, but that's no state secret. Whole world knows that. Kidnapped, I heard. Sad end if it's true. Fucking losers. Where did you get that anyway?
Be open with her. This girl is not your enemy.
As in dead?
Blown away into the night before you could even give chase.
Sorry to hear it. What happened to him? The worst type of schemery. Sounds like we're 2 down, Cascade, and getting cunted harder by the minute. Hope he pulls through. And what's another one in the vapor? You spies are morgue slab cold. Dipped one in nitroglycerin. Fair warning.
Her fingers are spangled. Smoking any substance other than party-approved.
Greedy cunt.
You rest one on your lip and pocket the second for later. The smoke swirls lazily in your chest.
Don't think you're getting another one, because you're not. The ritual, obviously. Has it started yet, or what?
That's your cue to know what this is.
Cascade or nothing. Tell her Taxman is ready to begin the ritual. That was Tempo's message to the opera. What's it mean?
It's a tempo styling for something significant. All gravitas and enigma.
I really hoped you would. I thought you were high up in the opera or something. Tempo said you were top floor, brightest spy in the sky.
Uh-oh. Tempo didn't know they shelved you after 91. He thought you were still...
What's that mean? Are you still a spy? Thanks for the honesty, but the way Tempo talked about you, I'm glad.
So are you.
You're supposed to be the Great Cascade. Pockets full of answers. All my cards coming up.
The girl closes her eyes, then opens them again.
Quiet, Herschel. I sense the presence of spirit.
She is iced over with sarcasm.
Yes, I hear them. They're close. They're whispering. Ritual's completely fucked. It's gone. Unless you can... Before Temple got knuckle flicked off the board, he was setting up a massive deal with some Luthian guy. Someone way high up. My best guess? This ritual's all tied up. Temple called it a blow for culture in defiance of all known laws.
The exit papers you discovered at the shrine grow a little...
Seems that prophecy is coming to pass. Temple was first, a blood sacrifice in his own...
With your old friend, it was never one deal. Always a tangle of side bets, optional riders and overlap.
I never knew his name, or his new name. But yeah, that's him.
Here, point awarded.
You mean the shrine with all the pictures of dead people? This Dante prick disappears a couple of weeks back. Said some hyper-incriminating shit into the phone that everyone knows is tapped. Tempo's on the other end, hears him get taken. Black bag job. Now he's locked up in some secret jail. Right. Malin said her dad turned into thin air. She doesn't smile much anymore. Not a great look when you're trying to sell part. Yeah, it's right under the flashing neon sign that says secret jail this way. Sorry. It's been a tense couple of weeks. I don't know where this jail is. Spy stuff, your work. This old guy getting snatched really spooked Temple. Like weapons-grade coke binge spooked. Last time I saw him, he was bleeding out of his nose and talking very serious. Star fuckery? You heard wrong. When he was not on coke, but I am spooked the fuck. If this ancient prick spills on our massive...
This is her way of asking for help. She needs a friend.
Thanks. And fuck those opera cunts. What do they know? Tempo always called you the best. Take him at his word. He said you'd come through for him too. For us. So find that old prisoner, Herschel, and come through. Yep. Tempo offered him safe passage. He was good at moving people and making them up. The techno-fascist nursing home? Well, no.
Or maybe himself in
something he called the Mega Violator.
As she speaks, a tiny shiver passes through her.
I would say conceptual object, but it exists. The illuminated cunt never came through with it, or at least, he didn't have the chance. Only shot we got. It's you and me, Herschel.
Her hand reflexively reaches for the cigarette packet jammed into her left bra strap. She smacks the packet once against the side of her head, then flips open the top and plucks one out. The aerotram stopped with Tempo, fog-stained and matted with rain. He smacked the packet on the side of his head before offering you a... You do it too sometimes, without... Nostalgia is a symptom of reactionary men.
We hosed here, Hush? Firm grip needed. Anything from our dream kid?
Kindred. Unreachable for the last 16 hours. The screech and groan of your aerotram arrived.
You should probably get on that. Don't worry about me, I'll be alright.
Yo, ground control to Herschel. You look like my grandmother during... Closer than most, I would say. Yeah. Thank you for noticing. My name's Yana, and I'm the fucking man. He's not my boyfriend. We were just hanging out for a while. Maybe we still are. Whatever. Well, you should full-on officially ask me then. Some cunt has me in his crosshairs. A cunt...
The Ultravioletti encountered this man.
You met him? Unhappy fucking coincidence then. I don't know. And Tempo had no fucking clue either. But he was very scared of him. Way ahead of you. I'm in the middle of smoking this cunt out. My acid is already in theater. Yes, obviously. But also... Use your spy shit. Make contact. Tell him I approved the meet. Yeah, you spoke to him. Now I need you to make contact with him. Also, you can tell him that my schedule freed up this weekend, so I could see him for like 1 hour, maybe. Good. I like enemies. They solidify my fucking position. Non-stop odd shit with you. No, other people taking care of those enemies for me. Me and Marco. Probably... his smile?
Uh-oh.
Fine. But also not great. I barely had time to see him. It's definitely not... It's weird. When he's around, he annoys me and I want out. But when he's not there after he's gone, he becomes like the best person ever in my mind. Even though he hasn't changed. Is that fair on him though? I don't fucking know.
They won't make it.
Moving on. Alright, Herschel. Psychologize me. Yeah, I did some odd job shit around there. Admin stuff for Tempo. Became hit. I'm a criminal prodigy. Best in show. Fleet of fucking foot. I was just Yana. The bazaar took me in. I don't think so. The bazaar's receipts don't think so either. People say the culture goes backwards, or downhill, or whatever the fuck. There's only one real blockade to culture. Blind and deafen yourself. Then maybe you're protected. Anything else? No chance. Probably where I left them.
Push a little harder and she'll open up. This girl wants to tell...
Last time I checked. Mom's a swimming instructor. My dad creates radio jingles for a local station. Maybe. Probably. Whatever, I don't have time for them right now. I'll check in on them someday. I'm retired. More trouble than they're worth, in my experience. I've got one friend. Might be all you need. No, he's my employee. I keep her locked in a room next door. Anything else? We had a professional arrangement. Now we have an extremely personal... Hold on, don't I get another name? Like how Tempo was Taxman?
Could go with Tax Girl. Strong thematic resonance.
Well, just give me your magnum secundus. You can do it. And it better not be Tax Girl. Or speak your piece. Keep your powder dry, Hirsch.
The bald man watches on as you approach, his frown deepening with each step.
Dressed up like a compromise.
His shirt is low enough to expose a tangle of chest hair. Retaliate at once.
I chose this. You settled. A wasted figure is a despicable figure. You're from Mercia, yes?
A casual, yet impressive assessment.
The tilt of your spine. You're disciplined to stand straight. Rouse. I don't sell clothes. I sell transformations. Transformations which generate epochs that capture the delicate moment between the before and the after.
The tailor nods.
You're a potential customer. And only because of your figure. Calves aside. I'm just observing features that, under the right circumstances, could permit you. I can see that you don't know much about the world of high value. If you move in certain circles, you may have heard a certain type of man say such things as, I'm the him you haven't heard of.
And why is that? He is no hero of the people.
Of course not. I am a hero of the avant-garde. When I say your selection would be an insult, it's your taste I'm criticizing. Allow yourself to ask for help. Perhaps once more.
The tailor swishes his hand through shoulder-length hair that hasn't been there for a long, long time.
Normally, I would point you towards one of my regular clients who happens to be in town. Unfortunately, he seems determined to debase both himself and my fine work.
The tailor nods.
Is that really the criterion by which you want to dress? That word, pass. That's your problem. Most people who come to me, they say they want an expensive suit. I tell them, the price of the suit doesn't matter, so long as the person wearing it is high value. So, why do you want... to ingratiate oneself with those who were born into such.
He disappears into the depths of his shop.
All right, I've compiled some pieces that might give us a place to start.
The trousers are tailored in a loop. The slick, soft black silks. Blocks of earth-toned silk have been neatly and nearly invisibly... The shoes are the most striking element of the outfit. They say I'm corporate. There's no doubt about it. This is a power suit. You can't picture yourself wearing this. You're like the sub-editor of the Nos Correntes review could work. If this style was enter, you'll just have to make the best of it.
Turn your head to the left? Perhaps you really could fit in with the high-value class. You are. Many women consider it undesirable. There's a certain way that those people carry themselves. It's the way I want everyone to look in my clothes. It's beyond relaxation. It's tranquility, serenity. The ultimate representation of a consummate professional on the go. Cool. You'll need to prepare. Get a good night's sleep. Drink a fancy coffee.
If you want to look like a person who can handle pressure, you'll need to reduce your own. Inside, a small cathedral of crisp. Your vision darkens at its periphery. None. It's as if the space was arranged to reject sharp. There are no price tags. Unpadded jackets with their sleeves. He offers a brief smile.
I'm creating Portofino fashion in the old way, but brought into the modern age. Hand-stitching, salvaged the local silks. No. Nestor was a nationalist. I just cater to people who are tired of a world that insists the main source of the garbage just happens to be invaded. Set foot in the bazaar and you'll see what I mean. Everything you buy there is designed to... Any flaw a man creates in the pursuit of his craft becomes a part of the craft. A mistake made by a machine. See? Look at this. I have a matching skirt for it. I dropped 2 stitches. A silk torched their last sweatshop for the insurance. It's priceless. Nestorismo brought pants, and with them, the mediocritization of men's fashion. The skirt is the perfect...
He gestures to a loose kimono and swirls.
One of my more daring recent efforts. You have some semblance of an introduction to under... I see it as essential to safeguarding Portofiran culture. It's not perfect, but I'd say it's the only reason La Luz haven't drowned us in... These Lucian imports, they're not even...
It can, so long as the state is the architect. It has to come from inside. It's personal first.
Yes, but not only. Culture, authentic culture, emerges from the friction between the artist's hand and you too. Why not? And them, and them, and them. Anything else is just logistics. Awful. Still, absolutely not. I can see the stress. I could offer some critique, yes.
He circles you with his gaze alone. His brow furrows.
This look doesn't evoke much. I prefer a unified ensemble. Unless, of course you will.
Could I ever see beyond her, only to discover more?
The middle-aged man stares into the sky, left eye loping slightly. It's a near fatal casualty of Party Alley. White. The smell of alcohol singes the inside of your nose.
No. All is lost. Are you looming over me in official capacity?
Always.
A hedged opening position. Exploitable if we found ourselves. I have abandoned post. Delegated all responsibilities. I am Oscar Medamoto, senior negotiator for L'Empire de la Empire Sandu.
A glimpse of steel submerged behind his bloated jowls.
I am, or was. How dare I have silver
He trembles and spasms.
for immediate release? Oscar Metamoto is, I believe, the correct term. Mostly urban myth, overawed folklore. I visited an old friend on the verge of our great, the moon. But all is secret, like the silence. My old friends, the great Reno.
Money, power, king with no crown.
A routing. I knew it was a mistake accepting the invitation. Reno can have quite the time when he... One can't not drink to the moon. The blood-soaked arena was Reno's apartment. Cozy little penthouse that lit tippy.
Direct line of sight to the campaign from here. You can see all of Party Alley.
And yet, the horde continued. Eons drew up his very first contracts when he was getting into private infrastructure. We often do at our rare reunions. But no, some others fought alongside. Train is serious. Not the most auspicious. Bereft. And this the worst. Reno's toy train, the prize. Gotta find them where you can. The bank is always open.
And always in town.
Yet another special condition on... I am le negociateur sans corps. One from my opposite number, one from my superiors. I wouldn't know, because he has yet to appear. He's Lucian, definitely not. Mountainous vision of flesh. She is my friend, the ambassador's wife.
On speaking her name, his face softens, looking almost...
I've committed no corporeal crime. High mental treason only. Then why am I so thoroughly...
His eyes are deep blue.
It is an ungloved prostate exam. Direct from the mind. I know how it works. But still, I will prize them from dead hands if my friend the ambassador's wife, Lolita Calista.
Radiating with grubby intent.
None. The terms are set. It's not sweet. It's an affliction. My friend is the ambassador. I love her. Searingly. Come closer then. She is a masterpiece.
Rather than complete drunken nonsense, is that a hoof?
A forbidden one.
Your eyes fall on an empty can of coffee. Beside you, you're aware of the senior negotiator.
There is... so...
You follow it for a moment,
There is so much of her. So you understand my predicament.
He looks up at you with a small shine in his eyes. I hope that you are aligned.
Essentially, no. Too much of a coward. Thank you for the encouragement.
Sticky. He rubs the invisible slate clean of his Lolita tracing.
At one tiresome function or another, I don't recall, I was too here in Portofino? No. Here at my personal nadir, strewn upon the ground. In the vulgar sense or the spiritual? One would hope she felt the illicit magnet.
You know the feeling.
I cannot concur. High tragedy. La balade du frère Lejeune.
You could prey on his obvious weakness. Alcohol.
Freddy has made his Betty. In theory, yes.
This from Herschel Wilk, her of 6 abandoned direct. The senior negotiator grows serious and raises.
There are 3 iron-cast rules to act. The deplorable science. Terrifying. Devious. But not unattractive. Yes, I think I'll take it.
He throws the alcohol back down his throat.
Metamoto is back. So, yes, the little reunion we had at Reno's. There were a handful more high rankers present too. Reno, the prize train was in circulation, being shown off to a trusted few. A moment's distraction, sit right on it. The crack, splintered plastic, a gunshot through the soul. The jeune stayed seated on the wreckage for almost. He seized a moment of distraction, then, limping, he did not. Fortuitous, but he will notice. He will notice. Reno cares about 2 things above all others. That will be one of 1,000 pressures to say. Bigger occasions have fallen through for less. You hate to see. Keysauq's a lonely town when you're the only empty. I, personally, have never before seen him disintegrate a model train. I used to just drink my way through them, as you can probably tell. I didn't see where he put the main part. Scampered off to. Well, the other part is in the reliable hands of Metamo. I am, of course, one of his oldest. I took the train for Frederick's sake.
He took it because it meant something to him. He gazes at you. Suddenly,
because it makes me think. It is, of course, my friend the ambassador's wife, Lolita Kali's. I usually charge a consulting.
The machine is. It's not been long since you broke in. The refreshments remain.
Hey, Stardust. You just keep blowing. Yuck. That freak with the colored hair. It's true. She could never be a true Ultra. Why? You're lezzing out together. Boys have no taste. She can't sing. She tried at school once. I mean, she should have actually died. Just tell her she's in Moonglow. She knows already. She's like sunshine. Thank you. Later, Moon.
A name is emblazoned across the side of the tuk-tuk, in a cool blue font partly around the back. An aluminium roll-up door shield. Evidently, the expensive. The leather upholstered bench is barely big enough for two people to share. The window is rolled down, just a crack. Someone has jammed a half-empty spray bottle of disinfectant, and the only other touch of the personal is a copper medallion hanging. The cheap metal was oxidized. Some astrological thing. You can see the contents nestled. A gastronomic monstrosity. The cleaners, wherever they are, have left little trace of themselves or their equipment. The rolled-up door is bowed in, half crushed. The tuk-tuk remains. You gaze up at Ultravioletta caught mid-song, enshrined in purple, disorientating. She's both ahead of you and Ultravioletta, according to the projection. A delicate voice weaves through the sadness in it seems meant for you, and you alone. Cover the moon when I'm gone. I'll make you miss me. An expression of exquisite, strange eyes beneath a crown of. A little of both. An indifferent angel, visible by the. The girl continues to stare beyond as you turn. At your approach, 3 heads turn in your direction.
Looking for something? Apartments.
The tallest of the 3 lets out a long, irritated huff through his.
Perhaps you are lost.
Street's blocked. Go another way. Nothing that concerns you.
You can ask the GMs. We're not doing.
You can feel sex eye. The trio goes silent.
Back.
You can feel sex eye. You pick up the payphone's handset. The phone rings as you step. You place the receipt. You press the soft plastic. The poke sends a ripple from your finger. You step away from. The teenage boy nods hesitantly as. He is very excited to say the.
And what do they call you? Cool. What can I brief you on? Yeah? Sweet. What about her? Yeah? Well, I have sins too. Loads. been excluded from school twice. Meet her? Well, we've been in the same school since we were small, but I didn't meet her. I used to sit behind her in history before she dropped out. I thought she was really... It's like, people aren't that beautiful. Fine, I guess. Cool.
Bored? I say the same thing to you. What do you... What did the swine do? Yes. Enough. Adios, patient.
You're back again. And what's a foreign sock person want with the jack?
Are you actively trying to sabotage your persona? Whoops. Time for an intriguing exit.
A thing? What's that mean? No, I do not. And there's no
The GM gives you the
Marcia.
Two of the pilots slowly turn their heads to...
A leaden silence descends. You have touched on something that should not have been touched upon.
Now, what makes you ask that? You don't find secret jails, Marcia. They find you. If Joe wants to tell you, that's his problem. I'm not translating.
Steady breathing. Okay. His companions may not accede to tell you, but he will, if you can understand him, that is.
You shouldn't.
Why don't you tell us something to
In his perennial lasciviousness, he's trying to throw a lifeline to...
Frankly, there's not enough schnapps in this goddamn city. Besides...
I'm not doing it. If he wants... Why don't you tell us something? Until next time.
Marcia.
He nods gruffly.
Wish I could say the same, sweetly. Until next time.
Marcia.
I never tire. Never. I did clockwork.
Militant.
The saliva smacking in his throat and mouth.
Oh, he can speak. Loudjow was what they call a... Jow ran low altitudes. Call them whatever you want.
Until next time, should...
Marcia.
Until next time,
Marcia.
Two of the pilots. A leaden silence.
Now, what makes you ask that?
well, we're not. No.
If Joe wants to tell you, that's his problem.
Steady breathing. His companions may not accede to tell you, but he... Your attention hones in on his mouth and the minutiae of its movements. Jaw aperture, tongue... Captured, torture, moved, another... Different, clean, doctors. At some point you begin to see the story behind the words. After weeks or months of being hauled around like dying meat from one grimy... Behold, the true face of... In your gut you already... Vocal cords, surgical, no anesthesia. And once the experiments are done, they throw him back on the street. Now you see it, camouflaged in wrinkles, a necktie of scar tissue. It takes a few moments.
Hope you're satisfied, Marcia.
The sick stuff I'm going to need to say to Duchess after this. Until next time.
I'll be seeing you.
Oh, you're back. Was it you?
Anonymity is your most precious asset. Salvage what you can of its ruin.
Oh.
Unconvinced. Unbothered.
So, you want some party?
The stall beside her boasts a display of wig coat. Behind it all, you see an oddly familiar shape. The shape is robust and clean. A cape, but nothing like the other costume pieces around it.
I'll answer if I can. Yeah, all right. What?
She nods, not trusting herself to speak around the lump in her.
What takes your fancy? You need any... Thanks for stopping by.
Good day. Yes? Dangerous questions usually come from dangerous people, Menina. Carmuna will forget if she ever heard them. Very good. Bastardo. No! The poor Tempo's assistant. Carmuna never said anything. The poor thing. Bazaar's closing.
My format-sensitive friend. Hope you'd like to hear more. Correct. Some say that with Einzelton XR, I judge you to be a woman of culture.
Maybe not.
A low, tilting shelf mark. You turn your attention. The smuggler inclines his head in silent recognition. He already fears the worst. You don't need to get it. He doesn't know what he's asking for. Not cowards. Tell him to not go into that office himself. He shouldn't see. Ignatz, the man you first saw at... What have he got the pseudopod? Ignatz was lurking around Photo 24 after all. A possibility. He furrows his brow. If he knows something, it'll require finessing. Instinctively, yes, everything within him is making a concerted effort not to react. You scan the area, trying to mirror his gaze. Along the harbour dockwork, the outline of a building. Yes, it's hard to say whether he was looking at it, but the direction is right. You squint.
Only highlights and outlines remain as the you glide across the water. The Nos Cruentis building. An uncharacteristic tension in his voice. He lowers his head. An assortment of cargo crates sit, machine printed, point of origin, insidious imperialism. You step away. With awkward reverence, you are Ouroboros as soon as you pick it up. Outslide a few staples. Rite of passage. It's an elderly man. Augustino. Dante. You refold the pages and ink stains in your guiding. The light around you.
Hello again. What'll it be?
She gives the photograph a brief.
No. That's you.
Something about the woman in the photo doesn't matter. She studies the photograph for another moment.
I don't think I've ever seen most of these. No problem. See you. Hello again. What'll it be?
With nothing else to do, your gaze naturally wanders to the multicolored bottles behind the bar.
Hello again. Hello again. What'll it... Hello again. Hello again. Hello again. What'll it be? Hello again.
They're not here. Never drank himself. He'd cover you if you whined about it, but... product of our generation. Slouched in the booth. Back to the nearest wall. It took him a long time to warm up to pick.
Let me know if you need something else.
She glances at the print.
That one was a carabinero, right? Right. Him I used to see. That stuff. He died, I think. It's been a while. Almost 5. I can see that. How'd you say you knew him again? Oh. There was this guy he used to meet with. Yeah, goat eyes. I'm saying he might know more, if that's what you want. Don't forget your photo. See you.
Operant. Come around, have you? My offer is this. I share with you a little reading material. There's a bookstall there's a certain magazine, ultra middle-brow poetry, if I understand correctly. Somehow this city with a literacy, come on, bring it here, once you've got it. Till next time.
The stall remained. Houseman wanted a poetry magazine from this place, didn't he? You flip through You scan the stall, but find no poetry set. Most of those journals look cheap. Exactly. Think high quality spine, silky cover, something with a premium heft to it. You just need to dig in. You turn away from the piles of... it. He's gone. So that's it. Asset virtue. Confirmed. Zero.
Only two possibilities. His own brothers, failing the brother.
His employer.
News of a dead carabinero usually comes with jokes and shit talk. Like, he'd been on the shit list for a while, I'm sure. Maybe he pissed off one of the pecan. And this bar didn't look too good the last time we met.
You recall Vespar speaking of his time in the Guardia Municipal. Making Goat Eyes look like a snitch. The young man stares at you.
As much as Vespar's outfit bothered me, you stand by everything you're... Some people think work is an allegiance. It's not.
There's something you're missing. A piece that...
I'll be seeing you.
I've moved Pseudopod into the spare room. He'll be safe in there until he...
She gestures towards a small room.
None, sorry to say. What about you? Are we any closer to finding out what happened? Strange. Why would anyone make a Were you able to piece...
Her demeanor is sincere. You could open up if you want.
And? That's good. I'm sure he left ample clue. You'll just have to come at it.
The attitude that has carried her through.
Well, I suppose that's...
She doesn't move.
I was just wondering, how it feels. You know, being in theatre. I'm not sure how this assignment compares to what you were up to at Satellite Facility B. Yes, that makes sense. You picked an interesting time to come back to Portofino. For one, we've become a front line in MTER's culture blockade. The powers that be seem to have become more protective. I should probably be asking you that question. From where I sit.
Strange cousins, how locals refer to the menacing.
Pseudopods seem to think they may even have operants working. Then, of course, there are the anxieties about Réunion. No one can say whether in 5 years' time we'll still be part of the developed world, or whether we... It sounds egotistical, doesn't it? But I suppose I do. Ah, yes.
A hot water heat, definitely snooping.
And I couldn't help but notice the art. Oh, I see.
She hides the disappointed.
You sound like my ex-husband. Oh, of course.
Hopeful. Deluded.
I believe I had. I'll have to take your word. I'm curious about your choices.
You are being challenged to justify yourself.
Do you think...
She's heard you through the floorboards, stomping around.
Well, I'm... What? Is this some kind of assessment? Nothing too much to tell. Certainly nothing that would interest an internet... No, it's just us.
Her, you, and the breed.
Divorced.
Unwelcome terrain. Tread lightly.
He grew bored of me. Wasn't in the cards. Most people prefer drop-off and pick-up.
Some days pass without a single customer.
A fit of boredom, if you can believe it. Then one day, this very polite man with a very pleasing accent was on my doorstep. I thought he was going to try to convert me to crystal work. Yes.
She likes remembering him this way, in her shop, pretending to
I don't presume to know the inner workings of the opera, but I have... Of course, I'm happy with the tasks I've been assigned thus far. Keeping a safe... Chemistry, for one. I have an entire photo lab back here with that...
This is a woman who's planned countless...
If the assignment required it. I'm not saying I hope it comes to that, just if it's born and raised, as were my parents. Kisak feeds itself, my father used to say. I'm no regressionist operant. As I said, I love Kisak.
The image in her mind growing fainter.
Tragic what the Lusians do to their old colonies. Not to mention the Réunions affecting us too. That's not what I had... The Lusians have to be stopped. That's my... No. Actually, to be honest, I find some of the things he says rather upsetting. I don't know. I guess I just like having something on in the back. Of course. Something else on your mind? Very well. Yes. What of him? You? My goodness. This is... His photo orders always say...
A name like a cat's name.
Let's say no more about... Well, really just the one young lady. Blonde, tall. I'm thrilled that I don't know. But he's always... Anything is. Nothing, I'm afraid. That's understandable. It's... Of course. Go on, then. Of course. Very well.
She gives you a nod.
I'll be here if you...
The heifer coffee lady and back. Watchful eyes stare at a part of you left behind. Raw information atomizes itself on the other side and rings. The bed welcomes you for a soft slumber. The stillness of the room quietens your mind as you settle down. The bed looks cold and disheveled. You turn away. The world. The lenses, camera bodies, flashes, and handgun rounds. More likely than not, useless. Its future potential noted. You return to the work. You are not a craftswoman. You have nothing to do here. For now. You approach your doubles. You return to the work. You are not a craftswoman.
Oh, hello.
She doesn't seem to have been expecting. Strange smell about her.
Of course. How may I support you this fine night? I'll be here if you require.
The teenage boy nods. He is very excited.
And what do they call you? Cool. What can I brief you on? Yeah? Sweet. What about... Fine. I am the Shadows. Meet her. I used to sit behind her in history. I asked her...
Love is bullshit.
Be my girl. I'm... Yeah? She's too important for stuff like... Cool.
The store remains as haphazard as ever. Its payment. You turn away from the piles of books. The store remains as haphazard as ever. Its payment bucket near. The store remains. You come across a small collection of a notably different style. You turn away from the pub.
Operant. Brilliant work. It seems your pomegranate folder was true to life. Awful places. A bit like massage parlors or business schools. They dress them up all sorts of ways, but on the end. So let's review once more. For the operants in the back.
Your inner ear fills with the groans of ancient machinery, hydraulic mechanisms. Your nostrils.
Desolate enough, though somewhat lacking in suitable structures. Second, an inconspicuous facade. Could fit the bill by its description, though if you just wandered in, I wouldn't. Lastly, modern security. Ding ding. Now there's an operant-grade inference.
He slides the copy of the North Correntes Review back across the table and taps the cover with a fat finger.
There are some who'd say the developed world is nothing but a great big mask, obscuring a face of horrors. I suspect you don't know the half of it yet. Call it talent scouting. I may be a non-entity, but I'm not entirely at the game. Wanted to...
A damaged heart, longing to redeem itself. A tool for a task, nothing more or less.
Good luck getting yourself in jail. And better luck. Forewarned. No, sir. Till next time. Up.
loneliest.
His half-hooded eyes struggle to locate yours.
One from my mountainous. She is my.
On speaking her name, his face softened.
I've committed no crime. I will prize them. Goodbye.
Stray spies still wandering around, looking for their forever home.
The girl takes a long drag and raises a slow middle finger at you.
Me and Marco, moving on. Keep your powder dry, Herschel.
The vending machine awaits you. The machine is as a watertight marine door, designed to keep out the rough seas as well as any intruders. A small placard above the entryway reads, Community Care Clinic. But is it to keep you out, or to keep something in? At the midpoint of the door is a 3-point only by someone with specialized knowledge of heavy-duty seacraft doors and their mechanisms. The frame is solid, the hinges well-oiled and The answer is no. The hull of the boat looks solid as the door. However, around the corner, on the stern side, you notice a window, slightly ajar. You slink away. Water sloshes quietly against the hull of the boat. The door is closed firm. You slink away from the houseboat. Water sloshes quietly against the hull of the boat. Water sloshes quiet. Just another sly break-in. Flashlight between our teeth. All the old school gang egging us on. Still hear the screams from when it looked like we might. You climb up to the window frame and peer inside. A clear path. A spot to land just inside the window frame. Not much else, though. Too dark. Smooth. If all our friends had been around to see that. The second you land on the other side, a muscle somewhere in the meat of your hip immediately twinges. The one personal touch in the otherwise sterile, blank clinic. The wall has been decorated with photographs, documents, evidence of Dr. Hugo's existence. Lights glint off the glass as you read what's under them. Multiple medical school degrees in a city of Porterfield. The license is real, but it's out of date. There's a faded stamp half. Perhaps something to confront the good doctor about. A collage of someone else's life begins to take form in a formal photo. Class of 71. Hugo buried somewhere amongst rows of other fresh-faced. Hugo and a handsome bearded man, both grin. The gallery continues. Hugo asleep on a pile of medical textbooks, drooling. The professional photos outnumber the personal free to. He wouldn't have willingly given up a career that meant so much to him. The medical board also stripped Dr. Gonza of his credentials. Maybe the seemingly more respectable Dr. Hugo's had. There are many pictures of a much younger Hugo and a woman with a heart-shaped face. At his medical school graduation, at a fancy dinner, both of them grinning on a broad walk somewhere, her in a white pantsuit, and a simulation of company, carefully arranged on the walls to keep him surrounded through the long day. A ladder reaches towards the upper floor. Creaking. You head on up, careful not to alert anybody who might be on board. You made it. A child's set of toy figurines sits on the shelf. Stiff forms paint. The posters on the wall, the quilt, the faint smell of nearly body lotion. This is an adolescent girl's room. It coats the tip of your finger. A miniature rocket and a group of cosmonauts. Words painted on the side of the launch vessel. Project Autonomia was Sweet Nestor's idea fixa, meant to establish Portofino as a sparefaring nation. The mission was first announced in 75. Portofino's supreme leader for the better part of the century. He seized power in 28. The rocket never reached orbit. It disintegrated minutes after the launch. The disaster led to Sweet Nestor being exiled in 80. A national tragedy for Portofino. An excellent quarter for Emter. There's no date that you can see. Look at the cosmonauts' expressions. Pride, determination, joy. Orange-suited plastic men, cherubic faces squeezed into little helmets. Two sit inside the rocket. You stare at a vacant spot next to the badly painted rocket. Even the smallest movement, the childhood tableau. The thing in the bed stares with vacant intensity. Slowly, a medical dummy, left out on the bed, propped up against the pillows. A tag dangles from its wrist. Its expression frozen in time. The dummy seems posed with some kind of intention. It has been placed carefully. It means something, perhaps a lot. The dummy continues to hold its printed words, property of Dr. Gonza, and scribbled right under, to myself, for when I'm not myself. Behold, ultimate sovereignty, Gonza's republic of himself. Gonza's so-called personal effects, without a doubt. The dummy sits still, head. It stares back at you, made of glass, pale blue, wet-looking. Each is flecked with tiny artificial veins. A silicon oval, unframed. Shadows reveal the protrusions of nose, but whose? You can almost hear her speaking. But the moment slips away. The lips of the dummy. Minutes pass. The houseboat gently. You pull focus. The empty bed is sadder than when it was occupied, somehow.
Bored? What do you want? Metaganza. I'll have to hose him down after whatever that swine Hugo Arby has done. Shut the fuck up.
The doctor eagerly reaches for the wiretapped medical dummy and stares lovingly into its eyes.
Next time you should get the payment up front. I could fuck you over, you know. Most in my profession would. Here, let me know if you need more. Store's open. That's a trick question. Can't you tell? He's called Metagonza, and he's my assistant. He's going through a phase. Anyway, he's tired now and needs to rest. Are we done? Aren't we fucking all? To utter those words. What did the swine do this time? Architect? A child making macaroni collages is more of an architect than an invertebrate. Not to mention, the fuck? You want more? Alright. He's a thief too, which, I'll admit, is impressive for a guest. You mean, other than my life's work? Yeah, I can picture him. Polishing my equipment in a sterile little office. Running a sanitized virgin fish. And give him the satisfaction of knowing he has something on me. Besides, I don't trust myself not to murder him if I come within choking distance. Wait. You love drugs, right? I knew it. Since you're allowed on the slug's premises, how about taking a peek, eh? Grab my things on the way out. Yes, enough. Adios, patient.
The teenage boy nods hesitant.
Yeah? Sweet.
The machine is... You're in the clear. You repeat the same procedure as before. The refreshments remain dormant in their artificial...
Back again, are we? Of course you will.
The trio goes silent again.
Back.
You can feel...
Well, did you see it?
The shirtless man has eyes on you.
No, but...
Daddy can't catch any shrimp for dinner.
He dips his fingers in the water is an unnatural red-brown colour and smells.
I'm not swimming. We've been eating these shrimp for years, and we're doing just fine.
They taste strange.
No, they don't. Anyway, you should be diving.
Arms crossed, brow furrowed. Not a hint of paternal care.
What are you, the Canal Carabinero? Whatever. Come on then, down you go. What about it? I don't want your schnapps, I want mine. Besides, that's the cheap stuff. Not for 2 weeks. Normally her mother looks after her.
We're spending quality time together.
We were, until you dropped my bottle.
There's a room on the other side of the water with lock.
The GM who was guarding that room said it was where the water lock controls were located.
No?
She pressed. Oh.
Do you want to try that one again?
I just pressed the little red one. It didn't do anything, I promise.
A ladder descends from a catwalk.
When you do, could you not lower the water, please? It will spoil our shrimping. All I want to do is relax. Nothing out of the ordinary.
But Daddy, I told you. I saw a door in the water.
A door underwater?
No, I don't think so.
Not my bottle.
Only some shrimp. They're really hard to see because they like on a ship. With the wheelie thing, there might be
Me Corazon, come on. Let's focus on things that are real. If you're down there and see a bottle of schnapp...
I can show you it, but I need to wait as my eyes sting a little.
You can smell the chemicals in that water from here.
There are weird sounds coming from that boat over there.
She juts her chin in the direction of an unmoored houseboat.
Noise is carried on the wind towards you. Sounds like someone kicking open.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
Bagman gestures wildly on the television. The sounds from the commercial.